Right, welcome back to Shop My Stash. Welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be picking up the eyeshadows for March. I just did like a pretty aesthetic for the thumbnail, but let me separate these from the palettes. Alrighty. So let's do the single eyeshadows. I decided not to include... Oh shoot, hold on. I'm missing some. Oh, okay, so these are all going to be part of my single eyeshadows for March. Let me put these right there. Okay, so I'm going to bring these back from February, and this is like a white. They're both pigments, and this is a white one, and then this is a like silvery blue, and they're just very unique. Let me see if I can get some swatches really quick. Really? Okay. So like I said, it's just, it literally is, you have to use liquid for it to show up more, but it's just pure white with a bunch of glitter. You can see it's almost different colors too in there. So this is my second time trying to film this, but here we go. And then the blue one, oh, came out by itself. The blue one is this silvery blue purple, just like that. Okay, let me put the top back on because now I have glitter everywhere. Another pigment that I'm going to include is this one, and this is the Pisces. Okay, I think I might have gone a little bit too much. Okay, and this is one color right here. Alrighty, put that back. So these three are going to be my pigments. Okay, and then I'm going to have 4 Super Shock and 2 liquid. So let me do the liquid ones because they're just easier to do. And the liquid, this one's Astrology. It's a very unique yellow, green, vintage, gold. And then Constellation is more of a rose gold. They're very pretty. I think they're very unique and very... I love the formula. Okay. And then the Super Shocks. This one is Lala. And this is a coppery one. Oh. Okay. It's actually... No, it's not very close to Constellation, just because that one is very... And then this one is Donna. And this one's an emerald green, you could say. And let's see. Right here. So I guess St. Patrick's Day is inspiring March, you could say. I actually don't have a lot of greens for this. Like, you know, like last month was like all... Well, I'll just link it in the corner of the video so you can see what I did last month. But last month definitely had a theme. This one just more colors that did definitely some greens, but definitely colors. I wanted to focus on more things that I don't really use a lot. And this one's so pretty too. I want to make sure I definitely use that one. That one's more like a vintage gold green. I think even than this one's more, I don't know, more vibrant than that. That one's definitely more calmed down. I mean, more for a neutral look, I would say. Alright, make sure that these are all tightened. Okay, and the last one is going to be Moonwalk, and I think this one's definitely more of a topper. It's a dual... That's my dog if you can hear him in the background. Dual chrome green yellow, and you can see that warmth of red, brown reddish right there. And you can definitely tell that that one's definitely more of a topper shade. Like I have to really build that one. And that's what that looks like. Kind of reminds me of the shade from Jackie Aina, but palette with ABH. That one's definitely more intense, the one from ABH, than this one. Okay, so that's my single shadows for March right here. Okay, let's move on to the eyeshadow palettes. I already kind of know the palettes that I'm choosing, unfortunately, just because second time shooting this, I accidentally deleted the first one and I'm just kind of like upset about it. This one's neutral palette. It's going to be the ColourPop Double Entendre, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Toasted palette, and it really is. If you look at it, I mean, it's just rearranged here, and then the packaging definitely makes it look different, but it's really not. Like this shade is down here if you look at the Tarte Toasted, and you know, so forth. But definitely a neutral palette. It's a little bit similar, maybe just a couple shades like these two to the Going Coconuts palette, but other than that, it's really not. This one's a lot warmer, especially given these two colors, and it has a lot more, obviously more colors in general. But I think that the Going Coconuts palette is definitely a little bit more better of quality, even though ColourPop formula is amazing all on its own. Like, and I think they've improved it some. But as you can see, these are the shimmers, and they're just very pretty for this palette. They look kind of similar here, but this one's definitely more warm tone. This one's a little bit more gold. But yeah. Alright, moving on to the next one. I'm only going to pick, another difference for this month is going to be, I'm only going to pick 6 palettes for this month, just because I don't want too much I don't want to feel overwhelmed for this month, because there are a lot of palettes. Well, there's a couple palettes in here that I haven't given a lot of love. So yeah. Okay, so definitely one that I wanted to feature was the Just My Luck palette. I don't know why I didn't take it out of the packaging. Actually, most of these still have the packaging on them. Hey. And this is what that looks like. Obviously, it's a green palette, and I didn't get that Meant to Be palette just because I don't really use mint greens. I tend to use, or pastel greens. I tend to use darker greens, or tending towards the warmth, and definitely a lot of olives. I love olive greens, and just these greens tending towards more yellow. But these are definitely unique greens that I have in my collection. I'm really happy that I have this particular palette. So yeah, can't wait to get some use out of it. Let's see the next one. Okay, I know this one definitely I'm kind of going back and forth on some now. But I know one that I definitely want to include is this Element of Surprise palette. This one has unfortunately been discontinued from ColourPop, but I think it's a very pretty and unique palette. I'm not going to swatch every shade, but if you want me to do a particular look with any of these palettes, I'll go ahead and do that. Just let me know. I am going to swatch this one. It's pretty unique. And again, this is just a topper. So let me swatch it for you. And I really love that they don't have a mirror. It just makes it not so expensive and make them focus on, or lets them focus on the quality versus having a mirror here. I don't think every palette is necessary to have a mirror. I think you have enough, most people have enough palettes with mirrors in them. So yeah, this one's definitely more of a topper shade right here. It's really pretty, but definitely more of a topper. And there was one unique, that one I really enjoyed last time. Oh, this one and this one, these mattes. I thought they were so pretty. And this one. Of course, because it is a darker shade and it is a purple, you are gonna have to build it up. But I still think they're so pretty. That would make a really pretty eye look. But I really haven't gotten as much use as I should have out of this palette, so I can't wait to really, you know, really dig into here and use it. So yes, so that's the third one, and I need 3 more. I want to show you, oh, I'll show you the You Had Me Hello, because I was between You Had Me Hello and Element Surprise, and I don't think I'm going to go with this one. I'm not sure if this one's been discontinued or not, but this one definitely has some mauves, and the shimmers in here are gorgeous. More neutrals at the bottom, but still a really good palette. So yeah, I was between that one and Element of Surprise, but I decided to go with Element of Surprise. Let's leave these 4 for last. And so because I have 2 large palettes, I decided to only pick one between these. I'll show you both. I mean, most people know what the Jaclyn Hill palette looks like. Mine's came a little broken. It has some wear and tear. But as you can see, I really have gotten use out of it. Like before I got more palettes. But I definitely need to dig back into this one and really play with it and really clean it too. It's so dirty. But one of my favorite colors from this palette was actually, let me clean my hand. So one of my favorite shades from this palette is actually, I can't remember if it's this one now or this one. Let me see. Okay, let's see this one. Oh, okay. I think it was, oh, it's this one. Okay, it's this one right here, which is the Little Lady. Definitely that pink and gold. They're very similar, but this one is the one that's one of my favorite shades, and she did this shade so well, and I absolutely love it. So yes, I cannot wait to dig back into this palette and really focus on using shades. I've used every shade pretty much in this palette, but definitely need to get more use out of it. But I just haven't picked it up again. I decided not to get the number 2, the second palette, the volume 2 or whatever, just because I have this one that's still pretty large, and I have so many palettes in my collection, and I'm just trying to stay away from large palettes just because they are super overwhelming, and then they don't get the love that they need and deserve. So big palette looks like, let me show you. And since I decided to only pick one, I went with the Jaclyn Hill palettes for like big palettes, but this is also a really pretty palette. I don't think the colors really go with like the signs, but I think that the formula is really amazing on this palette. My dog just keeps complaining in the background. It has some really unique shades. The baked formula for shimmers is amazing. I used to, when I first got this palette, I didn't have a lot of purples, so these were the purples that I like love to use right here. Like, this is all I had. Since then I've acquired a lot of purples because for some reason companies did not do purples, so I really don't want to. I thought about decluttering this palette, but I really don't want to. So I'm gonna pull it in soon in the next couple months here to really be able to get some use out of these shades. Okay. Okay, so now I have, so that was 4 palettes. I'm down to 2 palettes. Like I said, I really want to get use out of these. Let me take these out of the packaging. What about pulling a cool tone palette into this stash? And I wanted to go for this one because it's so pretty, so unique, and I'm still thinking about it. So let's leave that one to the side. One that I know I definitely want to pull into this roundabout, this one is the Mini Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. I haven't touched this one. This is this one, and then the Element Surprise are the 2 palettes that I really have not gotten any use out of like I should, and I want to. This color story is a little bit, you know, a little bit unique. Not a little bit, a lot unique, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. And then the greens here are also really unique, which is I wanted to showcase some green looks this month. And I mean, the rest of the palette is beautiful, and that's why I have a neutral palette and the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm gonna definitely pull this one, and hopefully I can get some spring looks too towards the end of March using these colors right here. So yeah, let's pull that one. And so now the ones I have are the Marc Jacobs one, the e.l.f. Modern Meadows, which looks like this, and the Enchanted palette. Okay, so these 3 are the ones that I have left. Yeah, see, 2, 4, 5. Well, one more. I think the Sigma one, it's so beautiful. I think I'm gonna pull this one for April. I feel like April is gonna be an enchanted fairy month or something. I guess because of spring. So I'm going to leave this one for April. Just like, I mean, it's called Enchanted, but this one's definitely giving me more spring vibes, more what is that word? Ethereal. Even though I used that word for last month, but more ethereal spring fairy vibes. So I'm going to leave that one for April. So it's between these 2, and I really don't have any cool tones actually in my collection for this, or for this stash. I'm gonna go with the Marc Jacobs palette. This palette I know that I love. I've used every single shade, and honestly, it is a very expensive palette for how many shades it is. I did get it at a discount. I bought it during the Sephora VIB sale, but Jesus, it's so expensive. Okay, so the reason that I bought this palette is because of this one shade right here. This one. Let me show you. I love every shade in this one. The formula is amazing. But this one shade, hold on, let me clean my hand a little bit more. It deserves its own shade right here. I hope you can see it. I hope the camera does it justice and you don't hear my dog too much in the background. But it is the prettiest silver shade, under base, with purple glitter and pink, a little bit of pink, lavender. It just, and silver. So pretty, so icy, so cool tone. I love it. And this is what it looks like up close, if you can see it. So yes, cannot wait to put that again over my eyes. It's so beautiful on the eyes. It's expensive palette, but I would definitely recommend it. I don't have any shade like this. I don't have one shade that looks anything like this. I tried to replicate this palette because I didn't want to spend the money on it. But once I saw it in person, this shade is the one that Aries is the one that made it for me. So alright, the 6 palettes that I will be using for March, plus my single shade. So definitely some greens. And I just really want to make sure that I get used to it. These 4 palettes I've used before. I love the formula. I know how they work. And of course, this one unique shade. I mean, you could say that this is similar, but it's not. It's really not. It's not as, I guess the lighting right now, and also because my hand's been switched so much, but this color in sunlight is so beautiful. But anyways, yeah. So I have a little bit of my greens, for around, St. Patrick's Day, but other than that, it's pretty neutral colors, springy, a little bit of spring colors, and yeah, that's yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and seeing what I picked out for this month. I really tried to just keep it a little less this month, or narrow it more, just so I can really concentrate. I realize sometimes some months 8 palettes is a little bit too much, and other months not so much. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, I hope you consider subscribing. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.